Hey guys, and welcome back to another chapter of the series Melting, written and narrated by Stacey Holt. Once again, I'd like to give a shout out to Kicksledge on Instagram for letting me use her artwork in the thumbnail and video. You can find the links to her artwork as well as the music in the video in the description box below. If you'd like to support the series, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Now, Chapter 3, A Deep Conversation. That night, Adrian was sitting in his room, staring at his phone in deep thought. The phone was pulled up to a picture of Ladybug, and his face began to turn red as he imagined Marinette, the girl that sat behind him in class, was just in his reach. He swiped away the picture and clicked to Marinette's name. He had gotten her number from a previous project that her and a few others had to exchange numbers to collaborate on after school. He typed in a few different sentences, but would delete them while sighing. Ugh. Just hurry up and go see her already. We're almost out of cheese anyways, Plag said, flying over to Adrian and landing on his shoulder. Adrian's face lit up at Plag's suggestion. He jumped up and ran to his window. He transformed and soon found himself on Marinette's balcony. He quietly looked through the door that led down to her bedroom and saw her working on some sketches while talking to Tiki, who sat beside her on the bed. Cat smiled to himself and decided to jump a little harder to give her a heads up that he was there. Just as he predicted, he climbed down the ladder to go into Marinette's bedroom. Tiki was nowhere to be seen. "Hello, Princess. What are you doing?" Cat smiled, jumping down to her bed to sit beside her. Marinette didn't look shocked to see him there, and laid on her stomach while continuing to sketch, sliding over for him to lay down beside her. "I'm working on some sketches for the upcoming fashion show that my class will be in," Marinette smiled. Cat laid down beside her, almost holding his breath because of how close their faces were to one another. Cat's face turned pink, and he turned away while clearing his throat so she wouldn't see him blushing. "Fashion show, huh? Your designs look really cool." "Oh, you already have some measurements. Who is going to model them?" Cat said, pointing out the scribbles of measurements on the side, trying to break the awkward tension he was feeling. He could see Marinette's face begin to turn bright red, and he wondered what he could have said to make her blush. Out of embarrassment, maybe? "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you. I shouldn't have meddled." No, it's fine. It's just the measurements of this boy in my class. It's not like he would model them, but I wish he would." "A boy?" Cat said. "Yeah, it's nothing really. So why are you here, kitty?" Marinette said, closing her sketchbook and sitting up. Cat followed her, and this time gave himself a little elbow room to save his heart from the excess racing. "What, can a prince not visit his princess? Do I have to have a reason?" Cat smirked devilishly, wiggling his eyebrows. Marinette rolled her eyes and gave him a slight push on the shoulder. Gosh, she was cute. Oh, how she reminded him of Ladybug. Wait, no, she was Ladybug. How could he keep forgetting that? The thoughts of how he was sitting in Ladybug's bedroom caused his face to flush once again, and he shot up uncomfortably and accidentally hitting his head on the ceiling. "Are you okay, Cat?" Marinette screamed, concerned as his hands flew to the spot where he had hit. Just fine. Don't worry about me." Cat smiled, now more embarrassed than he had been in a long time. "Well, maybe you should have something to eat. You must have gotten lightheaded when you stood up. Would you like me to get you something?" Marinette offered. Maybe some tea?" Cat smiled nervously, jumping off of her bed onto the floor below. Marinette climbed down as well, and proceeded to get him some tea from the kitchen. While she was gone, Cat sighed, feeling a little less nervous with her not around. This is okay. This gave him time to work through his thoughts and feelings. "Come on, Adrian, this isn't like you. You're the great Cat Noir. You fluster other people. You don't get flustered. It's only Marinette." Who is Ladybug? Ugh, this was hard. Cat paced around the room, giving himself a pep talk, but it was in vain. Cat sat down in the chase and noticed pictures on the walls and decided to have a look. Pictures of Rose, Julika, Alia, and Marinette, as well as the other girls in the class, could be seen on the wall. Wait, there are a lot of pictures of me? Well, Adrian? Cat thought. There weren't just a few. No, there were tons of pictures of him on the wall, some of which had little hearts on them. Was Marinette in love with Adrian? Well, him? Was it Adrian that she liked all along and he had never seen it before? His heart fluttered, and a smile started to form, but when he heard her footsteps approaching, which made his heart flutter even faster than it already was, Marinette came back with 2 teas in her hands and handed one to him. Thanks. No problem, Cat. What are you doing? It's not what you think! Marinette yelled, noticing that he had been looking at all the pictures of Adrian. Do you like this kid? Cat said, trying to hide his nervousness by taking a sip of tea as he waited for her response. I just really like fashion, and his dad is a very famous fashion designer, Marinette blurted out, her face flushed red. What about the pictures with all the little hearts on them? Cat smirked, thinking he had caught her. There was no way she could get out of this one. Those are just my favorites, and the ones I used for inspiration. Yeah, that's it, Marinette stammered. Cat sighed, taking another sip of his tea while sitting awkwardly on the chase. Cat noticed that Marinette picked up on his new mood and sat down beside him. Cat sat his cup down and turned to Marinette, his face full of anticipation, guilt, excitement, nervousness, and sadness all mashed together. Cat? Marinette said in a whisper. Cat moved in closer and took hold of her tea and sat it beside his. Marinette's eyes shot open and she started to stand up when Cat caught her hand. Please, Princess, listen, Cat began. He swallowed and felt his chest grow tighter. The words didn't want to form, but couldn't be resisted any longer. Marinette sat down and let him speak. I need you to tell me the truth. Are we friends? Cat began, feeling like it would be best to start out with a few small conversations before getting to the real topic that he dreaded the answer to. What? Of course, you silly cat! Marinette flashed him a soft smile. Do you like anyone? Cat whispered, almost a mumble. Do I what? Like someone? Marinette repeated his question, almost as if she couldn't believe he was asking it. Yeah, do you like anyone? Cat asked again. The room was silent, making this harder and harder for him with every second that passed. Marinette bit her lip and darted her eyes away, before pulling her hand from his grasp. Cat, we're friends. You're a superhero. I'm a civilian. Why do you care who I have a crush on? Marinette asked. Cat Noir wanted to scream at the top of his lungs that he knew her secret, but it wouldn't be fair because she didn't know his. He wanted to tell her that he liked her. He liked her with or without the mask, but, again, right now was not a good time to talk about the reveal of the century. You're right, Princess. I'll leave, Cat said, standing up and walking to the ladder to leave. Cat! Marinette called out. Cat Noir turned his head to see her almost reaching out for him, but was resistant. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Please don't be angry with me. Marinette's tone was sad, and he could tell she was worried. I could never be mad at you, Princess. I was just asking because I wanted advice with my own problems. Cat gave a fake smile that he hoped she couldn't see through and waved goodbye. Cat left and returned home, letting the night take away his current thoughts and problems. Advice? Is it about Ladybug? Marinette said to herself as she lay down to go to sleep. As they both fell asleep, they were completely unaware of how the next few days would change everything. Thank you all for watching. The next chapter will be available soon. If you want, you can hit the notification button to let you stay up to date on all the new chapters that will be soon coming out in the future. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys!